Okay, people. So I decided to check out The Pale Blue Eye, right? A new Netflix joint. It is written and directed by Scott Cooper, and it's based on the 2003 book of the same name from Louis Bayard. Okay. Um, the film is produced by Christian Bale, uh, Scott Cooper, John Lasher, and Tyler Thompson. It's executive produced by Dylan Weathered, Ryan Donald Smith, Chris Sharp, Emily Hunter Salverson, Tracy Landon, Jennifer Lamb, Louis Bayard. It is co-executive produced by Carrie Anderson, Dylan Bond, Joshua Ryan Dietz, Vincent Grayshaw, Buddy Patrick, and Christopher Sargent. Yeah. Oh, Catherine Farrell as well. So yeah. Music was handled by Howard Shaw. Yeah, I was listening to some Howard Shaw stuff at the weekend. Cinematography was from Masanobu Takayashi. Dylan Tishner edited the film. Casting was Francine Maisler. Production design, Stefania Sella. Art direction was Corey Swayzen, Troy Sizemore, and Michael E. Goldman. Set decoration, Gretchen Gusto and Jane Madden. Costume design was Kazia Walika Mayamore. And our cast. Well, we have got Christian Bale as Augustus Landor. Harry Melling is Cadet Edgar Allan Poe. We got Captain Hitchcock, played by Simon McBurney. Superintendent Fire, played by Timothy Spall. Dr. Daniel Marquez is played by Toby Jones. His daughter, Leah Marquez, is played by Lucy Byington. His wife, Julia Marquez, is played by Gillian Anderson. For the life of me, I was looking at it, I was thinking, I recognize that woman. Who the hell? Gillian goddamn Anderson. Yeah. Gosh, who played his sons? Yes, Cadet Artemis Marquez was played by Harry Lorty. We also had Cadet Randolph Ballinger, played by Fred Henchinger. Cadet Shaddard, played by Joey Brooks. Cadet Hunton, played by Brennan Kilcook. Cadet Horatio Cochran, played by Gideon Glitch. Cadet Hamilton, played by Jack Irv. Cadet Llewellyn Lee, played by Matt Helm. Cadet Loughborough, played by Charlie Tayan. We had Lieutenant Locke, played by Matthias Goldstein. Matty. Landor's daughter is played by where am I Hadley Robinson. Benny was played by Scott Anderson. Mrs. Fry was played by Orla Cassidy. Um, do we do no? Because and her son Cadet Fry is played by Stephen Maier. Um, and Patsy Landor's wife is played by Charlotte Gainsborough. Okay, so the gist of the film is this. At West Point Academy in 1830, the calm of an October evening is shattered by the discovery of a young cadet's body swinging from a rope just off the parade grounds. An apparent suicide is not unheard of in a harsh regime like West Point's, but the next morning, an even greater horror comes to light. Someone has stolen into the room where the body lay and removed the heart. Boom, boom, boom. Yes. So, this is based on some truth, right? It's a fictional tale, but it is based on some truth. Edgar Allan Poe did for a time go to West Point Academy, you know? So yeah, that's all true. And the title, The Pale Blue Eye, is a line from one of his poems. So yeah, we have this story, and it's interesting because gosh, I feel it was in 2020. There was a film called The Raven. It was a Shudder original. And it was based around that same period of time because it was meant to be a bit of a transformative experience these years at West Point for Poe, right? Where a lot of people feel that he got the inspiration for his works. So yeah, like this one, it was interesting because we're going from Augustus Landor, right? He's our main character, Bale. So Poe, like with the Raven, Poe is the main character. In this one, it's, as I say, it's Landor, which I thought, okay, this is interesting. We're going a different route here, and it's got all of this stuff happening because we see the hanging body and then we find out, oh, the heart's missing. And it's just like, oh, who could have done that? Right. And then these other things occur. And it is played well in the respect of, you know what I mean? Because like we see certain looks and behaviors, which does make you suspect some skullduggery from certain characters, which is a bit of a red herring, right? And yeah, I mean, as the story starts to unfold, I think you probably will suspect certain people to have played a part, right? But it's well, what's happening? How? Right? Which is intriguing. Is intriguing. I do feel the film does meander. You know what I mean? It does seem to meander a little bit. It is gosh, it's just over 2 hours, right? And you kind of feel that it probably could have been shorter. Probably could have been a bit more concise, right? Trim off a little of that fat. But the acting, we have some really good performance. Like Christian Bale, I mean, it's Christian Bale, right? Real good performance, and the rest of the cast. I mean, Timothy Spall does look like he's chewing a lemon throughout. I mean, just the faces my man is pulling is kind of crazy. But no, really good acting. Very nice cinematography, right? It feels um it feels this cloaked in eerie and suspense. That's what it kind of feels like, the way it's been lit and the tone and just all of that. It it works very well for this story. So all of that is very much in its favor. Now, the ending, because I think we're given a few twists and turns and herrings and all of that malarkey, right? Which is fine, but it needs to make sense, right? So we then get this stuff at the end, which are just like, huh, okay, all right, fine. But then this other thing happens, and you're just like, I don't know if someone's going to do that, right? That kind of makes no sense. And just move it, right? Just move it out the way, which is, I don't know, kind of baffling. So, but we think that's a conclusion. And then we get this next bit tacked on, which just felt unnecessary, right? And it's just like, okay, that would have been all well and good if we had known earlier, maybe, right? But to have it at the end like that just felt a bit pointless. And it also made certain interactions and that seem very weird because there's no need. And especially when the interactions happened in isolation. So not in front of people, right? Because you could think, okay, you might do that to have people suspect this and think this or lead people over here. But no, it wasn't even that. So it's just like, what would have been the point, right? That's the thing. It's just like, I'm all about clever twists and stuff, but I think if you're manipulating things in a way where people might suspect, but you're just not giving, you're giving people false information, that kind of makes it like you haven't done anything clever because you lied, right? You lied to people. That's not clever. That's just a lie, you know. So the end, the next ending seemed a bit odd. So yeah, that's my thing with this. Now, other people may love the intrigue, the mystery, and not find these two kind of endings that jarring. And if that's the case, boom, awesome. Enjoy it, people. It is on Netflix. So yeah, you can dip in and all of that jazz whenever you like. Okay. So the pale blue eye. Yeah. I kind of feel that it is different from the Raven, but similar. In effect, they both kind of meander and the endings are unsatisfactory. But it's just my opinion, people. Make your own thoughts. You know what I mean? It's on Netflix. Go have fun. All right.